look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Set. 10-2 start.
56. Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
Hey, echo.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Hit it.
Throwing on first down. Horton. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Greystone, Travis. Five.
Operating from the gun. Horton. He'll find Lindsey here. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus. Check the backer, check the backer.
Protein spill.
From the gun, Horton. It's caught by Aguilar. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of...
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Horton, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Come on, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Squeeze, double, double. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike.
X3. 218, chop it.
Check 13.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
McSorley, 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, it's McSorley. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. Hey, Haywood.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there.
Here's McSorley now, 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 2nd and 1. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here we go.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Got his man. It's Eifert. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Hey, pick your game up. Mike 56, Mike.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Army. Mike 56. Mike's 50.
Bravo.
Here we go. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You can't block me.
Man.
Watch the twist.
To throw again. Horton. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, The ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Off of play action, it's McSorley. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's McSorley to throw. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56.
All day, baby. Move. 18.
Check 99. Check 24. Check 24. 36.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
This is taken at about the 14. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Raiders 7, Bills 0.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now Johnson. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they work this out past the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Raiders. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys that can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that 2nd part that finished off the play for him.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. From 13 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Got it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
We all knew.
Throwing is McSorley. Going up top. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And he comes back with 1 complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. McSorley sets to pass. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now McSorley. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. 3rd down, they're going to throw for it with McSorley. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's 1 step in the proper direction.
The kick by Carlson is good. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Check four, check four.
Hey, 18.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go one more. He's coming. We got double up.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ellis. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Trubisky now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ellis.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
57. Mike, 57.
Hey, 18.
Slam. Wide. Get wide.
They go play action. Trubisky. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Pick it up. Slam. Chance.
Alert. Alert.
56. Mike's 56.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
I smell fear in that offense. Hey, exit.
Out of the shotgun, McSorley. He's going to take a shot for the end. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Adam Thielen. As the first half is winding down, and the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the pass. Alert 3, alert 3, alert
3. Play action. It's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. Past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Well, certainly they haven't had the ideal first half, but there's some momentum for them to take into halftime.
Yeah, and it might not be that wild momentum, that you see sometimes where they score late and teams go sprinting off and the whole deal. No, it might not be that. But it does give them a better feeling about themselves and what they can accomplish in the second half.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. McSorley from the shotgun. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Adam Thielen. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners. Guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On 2nd and 9, McSorley. And it'll be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Here we go.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Ellis. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky got his man complete over the middle. That's Ellis.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Trubisky will throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch it.
Hey, alert.
Looking to throw again, Trubisky. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The rookie there defensively to knock it away, Trayvon Mullen.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Here's Trubisky to throw, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Undercrunch. Red, top. Check 24. 18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Completes it to Aguilar. Well, they'll give